Ronnie Dale, four-wheeling at westernaustralia.com, and in this video I'm going to review the Weber Q, this one being the Baby Q, Weber Q 1000 I believe it's called. It'll be on the screen at the bottom. Product disclosure, I'm not associated with Weber Q, and all these items I'm going to show you I've paid for myself. So this particular Baby Q here, I've had this for approximately 2 years, give or take. Many roasts have been cooked in this, especially pork roasts, but many other meals have been cooked. So a lot of people don't realise how many different meals you can cook in these Weber Qs. We don't really use camp ovens anymore, and we bought this because you get that period of the year where you cannot have fires. So campfire roasts and stuff are not possible for about half the year pretty much, especially here in Western Australia. A lot of bushfires, etc. But we found with this thing here, you can cook all your meals to perfection once you just learn how to use it. It is so good. It is so hard to mess things up. So I'll give you a quick review on the Weber Q itself and all the stuff with it that I highly suggest that you need if you're going to buy one. Now this one in particular, you can get a stand for, but for what we use it for, we can't use a stand. It just takes up too much room in the vehicle. So I purchased this just as is, as this unit. So as you can see, it's been used a fair bit. So before I get to all these extra items, there's something you need to be aware of. When you buy the Weber Q, you get these two individual plates with it. And there's nothing wrong with the plates. However, if you travel with these plates and you do proper full driving or even touring on corrugations, these plates will shift across and then they'll slam down on this element. And as you can see on this element down here, I managed to fix it by wedging it with the pieces of material that are in here. But I know a few people, they've actually gone to the trouble to weld the element in there because they've had the same problem. Now you can get a single plate that fits in here, and when you have the single plate it cannot move because it's locked in. So it can't twist, it can't break your element. So that might be worth thinking about. But what I do, I pull the plates out and I have this separate bag. Now this isn't a bag you can buy. It's just a bag I left over from something else. I can't remember what was in here. I'll throw all my Weber Q stuff in here. So for example, I'll throw the plates in here. I'll throw the convention trays, which is another part that you will need for your Weber Q. And a trivet, you will need this. Weber Q straight out of the box, all you can do is really do a barbecue type of cooking. And this thing, Weber Q works on convention. So inside the heat will go around, there's like two little vents here. Work on convention, so it'll cook from the bottom, the top, the sides, every which way at the same time. So when you're cooking steaks and stuff, you just turn it once. For doing roasts and southern style chicken like we had last night, so if you're doing poultry, roasts, anything with marinade, you will need a convention tray and a trivet. Trivet being this thing here. You will need that. If you do pizzas, and yes, you can do pizzas in these, and they are amazing. Amazing pizzas. So you get your pizza stone, which you can whack on here, and you get your pizza trays. And you just need to buy the correct one for the correct size Weber Q. Other items that are non-Weber Q that you will need with this, obviously a gas bottle, so you need to also transport a gas bottle. So all of a sudden, this becomes even bigger to transport, so keep that in mind. There has been a few trips I have been able to bring this because I haven't had room. Barbecue wipes. These are a very good idea to have because there's not a lot of water out in the bush, especially if you're out in the desert. One wipe can clean everything you need inside this Weber Q. I just did it this morning. Not that you can tell. Gloves. So insulated welding gloves are also a good thing to have, so you can handle the hot plates and stuff if you need to light it. So now onto a few bad points with it. Traveling with it, if you have a ute, what you get with it is this bag. It's like a weather bag. So that's all good and well on top. I mean, it does its job. Keeps the dust and rain out. However, it only covers the top there. If you've done a lot of remote traveling or traveling on dusty roads, see, you'll know that dust gets in everywhere. So I would recommend, if you want to keep it dust free, to get a nice bag for it. Get a canvas bag made up, or make a duffel bag work for it, or something like that. Probably the worst part about it is the amount of space it takes. So you need to dedicate quite a large size of space in your vehicle. I mean, look, it nearly takes up the same space as a fridge. And once you put all the plates in, there is a bit of weight there. If you don't carry matches or a lighter, this igniter will go after about a year, just from dust and the elements and grease. I'm sure I could probably clean it and get it working again, but it's just going to happen again because the environment this is in. Another thing to be aware of, this handle, it's a very minor issue. You will have to tighten this up quite often, and that's probably due to corrugations. So that's the main negative things covered. Now onto the positive things. The main positive thing, which everyone would agree with, I think, who have had food out of this, is the food itself. The food that comes out of this is amazing, and that is why we do everything we can to bring this barbecue out. The layout of it is pretty simple and pretty easy as well. Like your gas knob over here, it's even got all different notches on it. So once you get used to cooking with it, you can kind of remember which notches you're on. It's not just a long stripe you got to kind of guess. It actually has notches on. Gas bottle, it seems to be quite efficient. I can't tell you how long this gas bottle will last, but this bottle wasn't full before we left, and it's still half full, at least, I reckon. And we've had pizzas, we've had roast, we've had Southern style chicken, and yesterday we had barbecue. We had it going for probably about 40 minutes. We had sausages, steaks, you name it. We had a feast yesterday. We had a feast every night with this thing. I suppose the other positive thing about it is very portable, and once you take all the plates out, it is actually quite light. Pull all the plates out, put them in a little bag like I do here, keep it all separate, and this will be really light. You can put it on the roof even if you wanted to, because once the plates are where the weight is. You can pull the lid off by these pins. It's very easy to clean. There's not much more I can say about this. If you want to have roasts out in the bush, just get one of these. Don't worry about those camp ovens. Camp ovens are really good fun though, so we will still use them, but this is the ultimate for bush cooking, in my opinion. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content and you would like to support me, you can go to patreon.com/RonnieDale. Please do subscribe here, and if you want to see a video on cooking with this barbecue, see this video here when it's active. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.